Hey everybody, a new game of Master of Orion II. New game. We're gonna play average on a large map with 2 players because I don't want to have opponents in this game again. Average starting tech. Random events are on an Antares attack as well. Are we sure about that? Yes. Custom race. We're gonna play a democracy race with repulsive, standard negatives, and a Lithovore's artifacts world. Classic race would be like this. The improved mod has picks slightly altered. That's why I can now add either a rich homeworld or a large homeworld. In this case, I will add large. Have 1 pick left. Except my name is Rocco. I'm gonna play purple. We are on a system with 2 planets, medium tundra rich and a medium toxic rich. That is alright, I would say. We're gonna scrap the starbase as usual and then the marine barracks as well, but that will be happening in the next turn. Then most people go to research. I'm gonna place the colony bases in the queue already. We're Lithivores, so I'm not gonna build freighter fleets for now. Let's send out our scouts. Everything in the standard way. I'm accompanying the colony ship to probably this world. Let's give it a go. And let's send a single scout up then, because he can visit these 2 worlds as well. Not that one. So, we are going to play a droid rush. So, I'm gonna do my best to get droids as soon as possible. That's why I've chosen this research race of Lithivore Democratic Artifacts, Planets, Peoples. We start with Research Laboratory. 45 points. We'll have it in 6 turns, approximately. And we're making 6 production per turn. So after 6 turns, you have 36 production stored, and then we can buy the research lab for the remaining production. Let's turn. Here we go. Nothing happening here. Although we can now scrap the marine barracks. And that's it. We arrive at Bussola, which has a rich, heavy, large radiated and a wormhole. Wormhole goes all the way here. I'm actually more interested to first find out about these 2 worlds. So let's continue to the blue planet. Nothing to find on the other hand of a wormhole in terms of gold deposits or gem deposits or what is it again? Those money finds you can have. So let's continue. We arrive at Osiris. This is a small toxic ridge. That is disappointing. So I'm not going to land my colony ship there for now. We're going to continue exploring for better worlds, hopefully. Let's see what the red star has to offer. Turn. Chew system, large radiated, abundant. That's okay. Another wormhole. Let's follow the wormhole in this case. So we fly to the orange star from there. It's a bit far away, but it's okay. This is already 5 turns, so I think we're good to do this. We have 24 production stored. You can see this in the lower left corner here. Plus 6 each turn. So this little corner is of some noteworthy attention because this has been changed in the 150 patch. You can now see how many people are en route to this colony. You can see more detail about the growth that is happening and the production, including the total cost of the current project. So 200 production points for a colony base is shown here as well. So a little bit extra information that saves clicking to the colony and back each time. when you get to the level where you have to micromanage each world. So 50% breakthrough chance. Let's see. Yeah, we get it. Research lab houses state-of-the-art computer equipment, creating a superior research environment. Generates 5 research points and increases the research each scientist produces by +1. Amazing. Next is something from this field. Normally you should go for reinforced hull if you play multiplayer, and if you do against AI, fighter base is really a good option, of course. Neither are very useful in this type of game I'm playing here, but I'm going for fighter base anyway. We arrive at Pact system, radiated, abundant, heavy G, meh. Then Tesuji, that is medium rich, large rich, heavy G, and medium radiated, ultra rich, heavy G. Everything radiated, asteroid belt, and a gas giant there as well. Another wormhole, or is it? Let's see, where are we on the map? Oh, that is this place, of course. So here we thought to go here, which is 4 turns. And remember from Chew it was 5 turns. So we're actually same turns in terms of flight, but we have seen Tesuji in the meantime. Pact, this is not very interesting again because of the heavy G. I'm not sure where to land my colony ship. So let's continue to the White Star. Hopefully that will give us some resolve. Fighter base on the menu, and we have our research lab. We have to put that in the queue. I'm doing that manually here. So research lab, colony base. We can buy it for 60 BC, which is the optimum time to buy it at half price in a sense, or half cost, I should say. So we've bought that. Now let's continue with the turn. We finished the research lab. Now we have 59 research points. That's quite impressive actually for turn 6 with only 1 colony. Let's continue still. We have fighter base. Allows the ship to carry interceptors that are installed and launched in flights of 4. Each ship carries 1 beam weapon of the best type that has the point defense mod and fires it 4 times before returning to the launching ship. The base hit points are 2, and that's modified by your best armor. And here we go for automated factories, of course. Gas giant is uninhabitable. That's not good. I still don't know where to land my colony ship. Large radiated rich, heavy G. Small toxic rich. Or perhaps even here, medium radiated rich. I think this is the best system actually, the Tesuji. I think we should go for that, unless this orange star gives us something awesome. We'll have to see about that. All in all, this is not very great to start like this, because the ideal situation is that the first system you visit with your colony ship is worthy of colonization, and that saves a couple of turns in development. Also, we haven't seen this red star, but I don't want to settle there in any case, because the other player will be somewhere here. That's my guess. Actually, they could be here as well. Maybe this place. I don't know. Yes. So continue to turn. And again. Now we arrive at Kit Alpha, the orange star, which has a medium toxic, a large toxic pore, and a small toxic pore low G. That's not great. I don't want to settle here, so I'm going to fly all the way there. That's 7 turns. That's a long time. 3 turns. Maybe it's better to go instead of like this, like that. So that will be 5, 6 turns. So we save 1 turn. I guess that helps. This scout can fly back there already. And then we are waiting for automated factories. We have 24 stored with a breakthrough chance of 18%. I think it will take 2 turns. So I'm going to place one of these guys there. Now it's 24%. And that didn't work, so 69, but the point is that we are now at 27 production stored and 3 production per turn. So next turn we at least have the 30 production, which is half of the 60 that building costs. 69%, hopefully we get it. Yes, we do. Automated factories, 8 industry workers in their building of finished products. Generates 5 production and increases the production each worker generates by +1. Awesome. Then next is biospheres. This is completely standard way of going through the research tree, research lab, automated factory, biospheres. That's how we do it. And we need to colonize this planet. We're coming in a bit late. Automated factory. We will have 9 population next turn. I am thinking to accelerate that colony base. So although we are a research species, I'm going to put everybody on production so we can get this colony base going ASAP. Biospheres is a point where you can slow down research somewhat because there's a couple of building projects going on now. You have the automated factory and then the biospheres coming in, and I want to have colony bases. All that before continuing with neural scanner on the way to supercomputer. Here we go. No, not here. We're going there. That takes us 2 turns again. So, all right, no problems. 7 turns for the colony base. And now it's 21 turns for that biospheres, but that will be different again when we put more research guys on the project. We are at turn 13. Of course, I'm always on the clock when doing this type of playthroughs. I want to finish in the minimum amount of turns to get my droids. That's what I'm targeting. I think the one of the fast ways is 82 or 83 turns, and 90 turns is still really okay. If you go above that, it's a little bit less interesting already. Colony ship in Chu. No, we don't want to settle here. We wanted to go to Tsuji. 5 turns for that colony base. Tsuji. So we have a ultra rich, but that's heavy G. Which means we have 8 production minus 50% is 4. But once you start doing research, you get less. If you settle on the normal rich, you get 5 and you get no penalty. So it's 5 and net, and you get no penalty for research. So this is actually the better planet. Also considering they both have 4 population on these worlds. This one is 5 population, but it's only rich with heavy G, and that makes it actually the worst one of these 3 planets. So we're going to settle on a medium radiated rich. Here we go. Tsuji, let's call that Bessos. Not an entirely randomly chosen name, in fact. So here we go, 12 turns for that automated factory. So, by the way, if you want to buy it now, you're going to pay 240, which I can actually afford, but I want to have this colony base right about now. Maybe wait 1 turn while I'm already putting some research guys back on research. And then we tick 1 turn. Oh, by the way, now I forgot that I can scout. I can scout quite a bit, actually. Like so. 164 and then 190 for the automated factory. So we buy this colony base. 21 production happening here. That's quite nice. I would say 20 production is the minimum you want to have when you start building colony bases. That's not a real law or something. It's just a rule of thumb. So, medium tundra ridge or a toxic ridge, and that's an easy choice, of course, because of your maintenance penalty, which is 0% here and 50% on the toxic world. So we're going to settle on the tundra. All right. The fact that we can do food here is not relevant for us. Automated factory, research lab, housing, starbase. All right. Now, one thing to think about is, do we want to settle the 3rd planet right now? Oops, I wanted to click here actually. Considering the fact that we Contrary to a classic game, we have an improved large homeworld. I'd say I'm continuing for that second star base with full amount of guys. I'm not entirely sure, but let's just go for it. Turn. We arrive at Sagan. This is a large radiated abundant and a barren rich small. Okay. We go left. I'm gonna take one guy. No, next turn I'm gonna do that. So turn. This is an empty system. Continue to the white star. Now I'm gonna take one guy and put it on the automated factory, the new colony. This guy in the meantime needs to have 110 BC for the remaining production, but I'm saving for the colony base. So we have biospheres, very nice. Now we continue for neural scanner, and this is the playthrough we're gonna do. So neural scanner, planetary supercomputer, and at this point we'll switch to the construction tree to get spaceport and robominers. Then we'll continue here for emissions guidance system and autolab, and then the androids, one of those two. So neural scanner. We can build the biospheres, no rush for it. This is 120, this is now 200, I'll buy it. And then all these guys. This is the guy that makes first pollution, so I'm gonna keep it at 2 guys for now, 13 production per turn. I'll do that for 1 turn to boost that biosphere a little bit. I think after this we're gonna do some housing until 2 pop. Turn 21. We arrive at Wage. Ultra rich, tiny, not interesting. 4 and rich, and 1 and another tiny. It's not a very bad system actually, just you can't put very much population there. Kyushu, large barren poor. Colony base in app. Now we filled out our system, that's good. Auto, housing, bios, research lab. I want to continue exploring here and here. One guy actually goes there. What if we started out with housings first? What's happening then? Instead of 36, you get 114 growth. So that means in 7 turns you have a new population. Or we do automated factory. We have to buy it in 4 turns probably. Yep. Reticuli. Gas giant, gas giant, gas giant, and a huge radiated abundant with a wormhole again. Lots of wormholes. This one takes us to the yellow star. I want to buy this one. Yes. I now have the money for it. We don't have too much money, although we have a high income, but I'm keep buying as we go. Don't let your reserve go too high in your first turns. So buy what you can buy as much as possible, as long as it adds to your production. So if I'm starting to build scouts now, it doesn't really help your economy, neither does it help your scouting, because all my scouts are still alive. Space debris. This is what I like. Valuable remnants of ship wreckage are found orbiting one of the planets and has already been quickly converted to 50 BC. So there you go, 91 BC in the pocket. Gas giant. That's Dramassa is also a gas giant. And we get Grum the Armsman. This is not something we want. You can go there. We still have to find out about this planet. So it's quite funny that we can fly like this now. Which I always think should not be allowed in the game. But it is actually possible to do this. Perhaps if the enemy is here, we get a glimpse of their scouts. And we suddenly know their location. That would be cool. This we can buy. And that was the only thing we could buy. Okay. 6 turns to neural scanner. We're on housing now. 205 each turn. So that means 3 turns for the next population, because we have 547 plus 205. Neural scanner is almost there. Let's buy this automated factory. There you go. Neural scanner. With improved data processing methods, the pathways of the brain can be mapped and analyzed. Provides a near perfect lie detector used by spies to elicit information, adding +10 to all spy rolls. And here's the supercomputer. We arrive at Bethmura, large, rich, heavy, small tundra. As you can see, we now have 10%. It was 0 at the start. Now we have 10% spying bonus. Agents only 5, because democracy in 150 improved mod has a -5 starting. How do you call that? Penalty. The standard penalty for democracy is actually -10%, which I always found to be a little bit rough for such an expensive government. So I made it -5. There's a little tweaking going on. Nothing too heavy, but still, it's there. We're gonna sit here, I guess. I don't know what to do with that scout for now. We're waiting for supercomputer, so we can do this research lab. This guy can go there. What if we swap already now to research lab? We have a growth of 38, and we won't have our growth of population the next turn. And if we do housing, we have 205, and we kind of overshoot. I'll do it like that. Prioritize the research lab and insert biospheres, by the way, as well. We can do that here. We need a research lab still, but here it's going to change. So let's do this. So now we have 2 pop on this research lab. This research lab has been bought, and the planet will do housing. Then this is on Starbase. It's just storing production, basically. We have 9 out of 18 population here, so we have the maximum growth of +94. Can't really show it here, but like this, you should watch it there. 94 it is. All right, turn 27. We need to dismiss you. Buy this lab. Turn number 30. We're 2 planets on housing. That's great. And a large Terran doing research. I'm now at 34 production stored. And we need to go for 11 turns. Supercomputer is 150 pp to build. So I want to be at 75 at the minimum. At this rate, in 10 turns, I'll be at 120 or so. This guy is flying all the way there. We have some growth. This lab, we can buy it. 10 BC. The growth we have here now is 167k per turn. So to get to 75, I need 5 more turns. But to buy, we don't have that much money again. So I'm going to keep this guy on production. We arrive at Pindar. Large barren poor and a large radiated abundant. No fancy Gaias, unfortunately. This guy will fly there actually, because maybe the AI is there. We're playing on average anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We're just here for the quick turns. 12 out of 18, that's good. 1 growth happening as well here, you see, plus this 1 in brackets. By the way, this plus 1 of this 1 in brackets only works well when you have non-mixed planets, because as soon as you have mixed planets, that number is not very indicative anymore for what's going to happen, because both races will grow at their own pacing. They both have their own growth rates. 5 turns. %. We are at 79 production. %. Oh wow, this is nice. 833 plus 167. That's very nice. I'm still a bit low on money, but I can click 1 more turn. Yeah, oh, I can click 2 more turns before I get this. So then we'll be above 100. This guy will be at 2 as well. Here we have the growth. Nice. So we go by build the star base. We already have it. Planetary supercomputer supplies researchers with a vast amount of information, generates 10 research points, and increases the research each scientist produces by +2. Then from here, our next stop will be the construction branch. I'm gonna buy this one. 88 for 44 production. So we have 106 production stored. Can I? Yeah, 106 stored. The supercomputer costs 150. So 44 production left. And that costs us double, so 88 BC. So I'm gonna do that. Nice deal. Supercomputer. Starbase goes there, like so. So these other 3 worlds, they have a little bit more trouble to get that supercomputer. It costs quite some turns to get it. That's okay. We are at 128 research points, and now we jump to 174. That's really a big jump. We are at turn 39. Battle pods, strap-on base that increase the available space on a ship by plus 50% for substantial construction cost. Next is spaceport. By the way, I don't know if you know it, but if you press the Alt button and then type AD, your ship designs will be updated, and in this case you'll see everywhere the battle pods are added. And you can press it again, and then the design will vary. Actually, this is chance-based, so it prefers here the missiles, and then it has two variations on it, and now you also can get interceptors, but apparently the chance is a little bit lower for this type of design. 8 turns, 6 turns, and 5 turns for the supercomputer. One other thing of the mod, or the patch, in fact, the 150 patch, if you press just 1 in the main screen, you get a tech report of your opponents, but we have no opponents in contact, so no race in contact has tech unknown to us. Also, number 2 you can press, no race in contact has sent spies against us. And 3 is some galaxy data. So we have 54 stars in this map with 0 black holes. This is just something we can observe. And then there's 26 planets, 7 asteroid belts, and 11 gas giants. This is what we have seen. So we've seen 17 stars with 44 satellites, and 44 is 26 plus 7 and 11. Right, that's turn 40. We still can't buy. We don't have the buying power. Now these buildings cost maintenance cost of 2, but on the toxic world that is actually 3 because you get a penalty for buildings, and so that's 5. And radiated is kind of rounding effect, but in any case it's 7, and it can be 8 as well. So we're going down to below 10 when we build these 3 supercomputers. Turn. Still can't buy it. Turn again. We get Aquasarius. And actually, I never actually say that out loud. Aquasarius. Helmsman, navigator, and weaponry. You can right click on a skill and then you can read what it does. A navigator is interesting, of course, because you go a little bit faster with your fleet. And plus you ignore nebula and black holes. But I think 100 BC is a little bit expensive, so reject. He will be here for 30 turns, for hire, 30. So turn 72, we need to make a decision if we want him or not. Turn 72. I wish you could make a reminder of that fact somewhere in the game itself. Unfortunately, that's not there. This supercomputer we can now buy, and I'll do that, and this guy goes there. This will turn to housing again. And turn. We go to 100%. Any case, in 150 improved mod, the research excess research points will roll over to the next project, so I don't need to go and micromanage this. If it was the standard game, you should have done something like... well, let's see, something like that, and then again back, and 96%, and I'm not sure I'm going to get it. 99, this is where you want to be. if you manage it right, actually. So then you get some production going on here with a lot of pollution. Well, why not? Let's pretend this is standard for just this one example. This guy will do housing after the supercomputer, but we have 3 out of 4. So that's not very useful. So we're going to do biospheres first. And because we did that, I want to buy this, but I actually want to save my money for this supercomputer right here. Because this one we get in 1 turn anyway. And maybe I can advance this one when it's at 2 turns left or something like that. So lots of talking, 99% turn. We get the spaceport. And then we go for robo-miners. So we could do 10 turns for... what I mean to say is we can do spaceport right now or wait with this production for the robo-miners. But given the fact that I have... it's a lot of pollution. But let's try it like this. We do spaceport first and that will increase our income again. We went from +12 to +19. And we now have 34 stored. Let's go down to 20-ish. Well, how much time? 6 turns. So in that time we will grow to, well, 150 actually. That's good. We can buy this supercomputer now. And this guy can go there. No spaceports on planets with just 1 population. Even on 3 population, I don't think spaceport is worth it. Only in the really long run, and especially not when it's radiated or toxic. So I would say 4 population minimum to start building a spaceport, and then it's a marginal building still. Turn. Supercomputer was finished, so 5 turns for the robot miners. This is a very important building, by the way. You want to have that for production. This planet is now almost full. We are at 16 of 18. So this is kind of the max if you want to maintain some growth here. 17 out of 18 population. We're still in the low growth of that last pop, so we can afford to not pay attention to it too much for the coming turns. Biospheres 2 turns here. These 2 guys are on housing. 4 turns left for the robo miners. We're at 76 production stored. Biospheres finished. We do some housing here. Until we get to that 4 pop, I guess. That's 57%. Turn 50. Turn 50, and we have 4 planets, and we have almost robo miners. Ain't it good? Ain't it good? You are at 118. Just lower it a little bit. This guy goes make a star base to store production. Here are the robo miners. They automate many difficult tasks, increasing the productivity of industrial workers. Generates 10 production. Generates. Shouldn't it be generate? Robo miners generate 10 production and increase the production of each worker produces by +2. Now you have this kind of temptation to go do deuterium fuel cells, augmented engines, fusion beam, Space Academy for ships, etc., cloning center, all these things. But we were not going to do that. This is kind of your average economy growth game. You will do all these 250 research point and 150 research point fields. But we are actually continuing straight for emissions guidance system right now. 11 turns to get that. And we're at turn 50. I think we're kind of slow. We're not going to make it to 483 turns, but okay. The robo miner plant, we're going to build that here. We have it in one turn basically, which is great unless like with 2 pop we have it in one turn. Excellent. I'm not gonna buy it even though it's only 26 because I'm saving my money for the other worlds. I want to buy it there, for example, and here. But here I'm waiting for that growth to happen. And here we just have 1 pop. It's gonna have growth next turn, actually. Okay, looking good, I would say. Turn. You're tuned to GNN, your source for all the news you need to know. Ah, this sucks. Violent earthquake hit your colony of Bessos 2, killing 1 million colonists and destroying 0 buildings. So I should have put random events off, actually. This hurts a lot, actually. You think like, oh, it's only 1 population lost, but it really hurts a lot. So this whole growth of 1 population is now lost, and that's terrible. So we switch to robo miners now. Next turn will be at 3 instead of 4 population. In the meantime, I will lower the guys on production here to 0, basically. Everybody goes to research. This planet will switch to make the robo miner plant. Turn 54. Hmm. 104, should I do it or should I wait 1 more turn? No, let's keep housing. Let's keep that guy there. Now, with housing with 1 population, you get 372 growth. That is the number. Can I show that? No. Well, that's the number here, 372. If I have 2 population, the number is 272. See, that's quite a big difference. So 2 population generate less growth than only 1. So it's always advisable to keep the population 1 pop housing, it's called. 1 pop housing. So we are on our way to get emissions guidance system. I'm going to switch to biospheres now. 1 guy can go there. We're going to buy this. No, we're not going to buy this. We're going to wait. Here's the emissions guidance system. Tracks the warp signature of a vehicle. If the missile penetrates the shields, all damage is applied to the ship's drive, bypassing any armor. So any armor means heavy armor, but also regular armor. And that means regular armor, that means the structure and the armor points. So this is very dangerous technology. If you get 1 missile that hits your ship, passes the shields, it goes to the drive and your ship explodes. Requires 4 times the space and costs 4 times more than regular missiles. Well worth it. Don't forget that. Autolap is next. 15 turns to get that. That is kind of slow. I'm not happy with that number. I'm looking at the growth numbers. 683 plus 240. So 2 turns gives you 480. So 1 pop is enough to get there. So these two nicely finish both in 1 turn. And then this planet goes to housing, and then I'll move this guy away to there, to the app 1. This guy is at 17 still. Turn. So now we'll do these populations, go do research as well. I really miscalculated here. I had a big story about 1 population, but we would have made it with 0 as well, actually. So let's go for 0. Switch this next turn to Starbase. For population here. $11 turns for the auto lab, so that will be 74. Eight turns. We're at turn 65, 8 turns, so it's turn 73 is now the ETA. All right. We're almost full here. If we move 1 guy out, we get a higher growth, and we get the growth of that new population next turn. If we keep it here, it doesn't happen. So I'm gonna take this guy off, and then we switch this to do biospheres. Research 333. Nice number. 6 turns left. Science leader. Wow. We are at 345. Now we're at 362. That's nice. Also remember Aquasarius still sitting here, leaving in 5 turns. Do we want to have him, is the question. I think I want to switch to producing. Turn 70. 3 turns left. How far is it to fly back? 8 turns. Wow. But not for you, actually. And you can go there. How interesting. Two turns. Oh, we already have it. Autolab. A completely automated research facility that operates on a computer control, generates 30 research points. And here's the droids. So, question is, do we want to have scientists or do we want to have workers? In this mod, it is the scientists that benefit from morale and the workers don't. So the Android worker says, I'm a mechanical worker with a +3 production bonus. And it requires 1 production unit per turn instead of food. So one of the 3 boni is eaten away. So your net effect is a +2 bonus for this guy. It generates no income, but it is tolerant and unaffected by gravity. The scientist is a sentient droid with a +3 research bonus, sensitive to morale. If you're a creative race, this is a big deal. But we're not, so we don't have morale, basically. Requires 1 production unit per turn instead of food. Generates no income, is tolerant and unaffected by gravity, same as the workers. So, what do we want? I'm going to go for workers. Building stuff. We have Autolab. Let's build it. $64, yes. 96, no, because we want to have this guy for 100 BC, so let's buy him first. And assign him to that scout. No, this scout, please. Why does it take 5 turns? Oh, I haven't arrived yet at the home system, so we wait. $353 research points, and now we 413. It's amazing, yeah. We arrived at app. Let's do a upgrade of our scout design. Let's get rid of this stuff. So just extended fuel tanks. The computer is already in the base scout, so I'm gonna leave it in here. And this will be scout design number 2 with no weapons. And the difference is the standard scout has 12 combat speed, and without a weapon we have 16 combat speed. That's why I'm redesigning it, because we're gonna have a leader on board and he needs to be safe. This is gonna cost us 5 production points. So that will happen in 1 turn, eh? We produce 15 right here. This Autolab we can buy. Can we speed this up a little bit more? Four production points. but we lose research from its 10 points. I don't know. Look, this guy flies here in 4 turns. 5 turns. Oh, the leader is not... Okay, let's look at this. So, this ship without a leader flies to Grumium in 9 turns and Kyushu 10 turns. Chu is 4 turns and Kit Alpha is 5 turns because of that nebula there. 4 turns and 5 turns. Now we assign this leader to that ship. And no, please, pull. And this one. Yes. He is a navigator. So now we fly in 2 turns to Kit Alpha and 2 turns to Chu. That's a huge saving in flight time. This is 6 turns instead of 9, and this is 6 turns instead of 10. So these long ranges and these nebula stuff, that the navigator is really a huge help in getting your fleet around the galaxy. A very powerful trait, I would say, for a leader. We're waiting for Android workers, 10 turns, 74. That's quite decent actually. The mid-80s, we'll land in the mid-80s. I'm gonna do it like that actually. Do we want to take him somewhere? Let's go to Chu. So, once we have these workers, of course, they are tolerant, and we are not tolerant. We're just a lowly litivore race. Suddenly, we're going to have more population available. So, by the time I have these workers, I want to be fully grown. And we're going to change thus to housing, so that we are fully grown when these droids arrive. Here it's not needed, I guess, because this will be fully grown in, well, let's say, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns, no, 7 turns or something. This will be fully grown in a little bit too long, so go to housing. That looks better. We're 9 turns away, 9 turns away. So let's say that's 500, barely 500. So we need actually somebody here to do some growth extra, I guess. Not too many people, please. Okay. Continue. Now we go negative because of that last auto lap. -1 BC. But we get some housing, new population soon, so we'll be alright. But you see, when you have this tech race that gets a lot of buildings quickly, and you have kind of a tall empire, you're going to run into money problems. Remember, we're even a democracy, so we get a bonus on money. Standard, you get 17 tax from 17 population, and we get +8 for the government. That's rounded down, just like the spaceport, actually. So this last population doesn't contribute additional boni. For that, you need to be at even numbers. So we're eagerly awaiting that one population so we get to income 0 again. And there we go. Yeah. It's not that great because the housing is a little bit too slow. But of course I want to show you this awesome droid time, but in effect I should slow down the research a little bit. This difference is small, huh? 5 turns to droid. Okay, I'm gonna show you the quickest time to get droids instead of optimizing this growth here. We're gonna lose a little bit of... Actually, we should stop growing, I'd say. Our little plan doesn't work quite as well as I hoped. Now we have 500, we are halfway on a new pop and it's gonna be a bit lost, so that's a waste. A little bit waste. This one will be the only optimal planet. Remember, we have lots of things to do. Once we get those droids, we need to build them. Then we need to have outpost ships because I don't know where Orion is, etc., etc. But I think I'll contain this episode to just getting that droids and building them. And what follows thereafter is for a next episode, I'd say. I think that would be fair. So turn 80, we could get them now, that would be amazingly fast actually. I can't go faster than this. This is the peak performance. No, we didn't get it. Turn 81, ooh. Hopefully we're lucky with the percentages. It's going to be a little bit of a race. This planet will be fully grown. This one not, and this one neither, and this one also no. That's sad. Yes, we have it. Android worker. Wow, this is a great timing, guys. Awesome. I'm happy. I'm capturing this on video. Mechanical worker, the Android worker with a +3 production bonus. As I read to you before, requires 1 production unit per turn instead of food. It generates no income, but it's tolerant and unaffected by gravity. Great. We are here. Look at this, man. We're so deep in this computer branch now. Okay, so what to do next? Now we're going to mop up these 250 fields, and starting with the deuterium fuel cells, of course. So we can scout a little bit more, and that means I want to pull this one back to Bussola. And I need to consider if I want to scout with my navigator on board, because there might be a monster or the guardian, and then I'm losing my leader. Anyway, I'm happy. 6 of 6 population here on this toxic world. It's fully grown. Now we can build android workers. Do pay attention. They cost a whopping 100 production points in the 150 improved mod. They were just 50 in the standard game, so their cost has doubled. It takes us 1 turn to get one here. Now, difficult choices to make because we're gonna lose all this growth. It will be unproductive if we start building droids here. I'm not sure how to handle that actually. This guy now should switch to make this colony base, really. And to do that we need the help of droids, so let's build one. Here I'm thinking I'm gonna swap to housing. I'm gonna play it like I want to have fully grown population here with 18 regular guys. And I need to boost my housing, and this is painful because of the pollution. I think I'll do it like that. 40 production points to get 83 growth. This planet has 4 real population. I'm gonna do android workers here. It's a rich planet after all. In fact, you want to have only droids here, I'd say, and then ship off the colonists to another world once you have it. Turn 82, what a great moment. I need to save it. And we continue because I want to show you the building of droids, of course, what happens to the population caps. So you see 6 of 6, 4 of 6, and 17 of 18, and 5 of 6. And we turn. We go to 100% of the research. We finished android workers on 2 worlds. So it was 6 of 6, now it's 7 of 10. So we can build 3 additional workers here. 1, 2, 3. Only for the last one you get this warning. Swap to starbase down in the queue. And then I want to add, so we get it in 1 turn. Yep, like that. This is 2 turns for that worker still. Okay, this is enough. This guy's still on housing, here we went from 6 to 10, and here we don't have droids yet. So this is the same, like this one. It's the same type of planet in terms of size. So we want to build 4 more workers here. 2, 3, 4. Yes. And then the colony base, and then the star base. And this will take us 4 turns if I added 1 guy. So that's good. The 100% is a bit sad, but okay. Right, turn. Deuterium fuel cells supplies sufficient energy to propel a ship using up to 6 parsecs. To propel a ship up to 6 parsecs before refueling. What do I want to have now? So either we take Merculite missile and then go atmospheric renewer and consider in 150 improved, the Merculite missile is only 12 points of damage instead of 14 in the standard game. So knowing that, I might go pollution processor and then pulsar missiles to get the Guardian. But that will take us on a path that goes way beyond turn 110. Now, I actually want to be safe and take my leader back to the pool. And then you can go scout there. You can go... Well, you can go to lots of places, really. I'd say the Guardian is here, maybe there. So let's go down. We're housing still 83. Is enough, huh? Is my calculus right now? 840 plus 80. That's 920. 922. So this is kind of... And if we keep this one guy, we get 83. And then if we take one off, we get 77. So 80 is optimum here. Let's look at our planets. What is a large planet for us? Oh, this is huge radiated stuff. And this large one is poor. This is also poor. So I don't have any great planets in the vicinity, unless scouting delivers some new great planets in range. Let's turn. Turn 85. And it's turn 85 and I have 4 androids already. How about that? Housing will be finished here, and then a worker will come after that. The blue planet. Pollution processor uses advanced chemicals to process factory waste. Only half of the actual production of the colony is used to calculate production. So as promised, we'll go for Pulson missile. Russ is an empty system. Maybe the Guardian is here. I hope it's there actually, but we'll see. We now have a pollution processor. Is it worth to build it? We're fully grown here. So maybe on this world it's worth to build it. However, not for now. Orange star, give me something enticing. Pirate cache. A pirate stash is found on one of the planets and contained 100 BC. And this is a large toxic, a medium barren abundant, and a tiny errant. Meh. Hey, Gizmo, the gadgeteer. I like this leader, eh? Engineer, 2%. It doesn't restore your shields, as it says in the standard original text. It restores actually your hit points of structure and armor. And researcher flat 5 plus 5. So 479 will become 484. You continue scouting. You can't go there, but you can go there. Turn 87. Remember how long ago it is that we discovered the androids, and we now already have 7 of these guys here. It's just amazing. This goes from 18 to 22, so we can add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Gold deposits found on Profugus system. One of the planets in the system contains extensive gold deposits and will generate plus 5 BC per turn once a colony has been established on the planet. Medium barren, ultra rich, heavy G gold deposits is quite nice if you have that gravity generator. Now let's go to the white star and see what kind of guardian we will find. 6 of 10, so we can build 4 more droids here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finished an android worker. So you have 6 regulars and 4 androids on this world. I'm thinking if a pollution processor is worth it here. The AI would build it. Because they have, if you have 10 pollution, the AI will start considering building a pollution processor. So here we have 11 pollution. Oh, 100% again. Turn 90. See how much you can accomplish in 90 turns. Not in terms of having a vast empire with lots of planets, because for that you need to play Unitol race. Or a Uni Aqua production +2 race. Though we should be able to take a third world actually. Or fill out these planets. But it depends on if we find a Guardian here. Pulsar missile carries a powerful high energy pulse capable of delivering 20 points of damage. It has 12 hit points. Modifications, ECCM, emissions guidance, fast, heavily armored and MERV. Now next is of course Thorium armor. Lonely system, abundant, huge radiated. Huge is great because we now have droids, by the way. We've got a huge population there. And another wormhole. Jeez, a lot of wormholes. Right. We are doing Zortrium. Corolla system, only asteroids. That's very sad. Let's look at ship design for a moment. We have our scout, which is still this empty thing. Then we have a comet, which is not designed at the moment. We can put battle pods in the computer, and then otherwise it's empty. Destroyer, that's what we want to look at. So it has battle pods, and it does have a computer. And if we put missiles here, you can do an EMG pulson, or you can do a nuclear missile with fully modded stuff. But nuclear missile will not break the Guardian shields. So that's not sufficient. Pulsar missile is sufficient, but we don't have the mods at the moment. Do note about missiles. We have a 3-shot missile here. This is new in the 150 patch. And only available in the mod. But this will be our ship to destroy the Guardian once we have sufficient technology. Hopefully it's here again. Let's see. Yes, it is. The Guardian attacks Darlock at the Orion system. Zap! Exterminate, exterminate. GNN, where the news comes first. Ships in your empire have recently visited the legendary Orion star system. Let's take a moment to look at these awesome little pictures on the TVs. A lot of stuff is happening there. Orion Special 1 asteroid field. Huge Gaia 25 max pop. Ultra rich planet. That's great. Two workers left. This is fully filled out. We already have 547 research points with just 4 colonies at turn 93. We lost our scout, so we need a new one. Up 3. Kristen's a new ship, the Scout 2. Next in queue was Star Race. We're going there, we're going south. Just one planet to explore. Or we go up and then we have more options here all the way to the north. But I want to see this world first. So for Orion, we can fly 6 parsecs. So I guess we need to have presence on this Dramassa, but then we need to fly through a nebula. We have a navigator or reticuli. So let's compare those systems. This was the huge radiated abundant, heavy G though. And they are connected with a wormhole. This is just a gas giant. So we could outpost here or build a colony there. I'd probably go for the colony. So what is our production power? So this is 55. And then it's less 48, 48 and 40. So it's like 10 turns to build a colony ship, and here it will be less, like 8 turns or something. Alright. Let's buy this remaining production because we want to have that colony base. Still going for Zortrium. We arrive at Punt, another disappointment, just a gas giant. Not that great. Let's go see the White Star. Zortrium armor. This planet is building a star base. What if we swap to colony ship? To go to the aforementioned system of reticuli. Why not? We actually want 2 colony bases here, and it might be worthwhile to build that pollution processor. 13 pollution. Nanotechnology, Zortrium armor. Ships with this armor have 4 times the base structure and armor points. Hit points of fighters are multiplied by 4, and it also adds 15 to group troop combat strength. Ground troop combat strength, sorry. Well, that's awesome. Now we want augmented engines. Just 1 turn. 556. So you get it in really a true 1 turn thing, because 500 points you would already have it. 4 turns for the colony ship. Colony base, pollution processor, colony base. All right. Augmented engines. And then we go for ion drive. And you can see here 844 instead of 900. So that 56 from the previous augmented engines project was now rolled over into the ion drive. So 844. One turn for that colony base. Here we go. Ultra rich, heavy G. What a landing. Beautiful. Q, automated factory, robo-miner plant, and then we go biospheres in this case, and then the tech stuff. Now, let's take a look. Here, we had some growth going on, but now we have droids, and here we have one guy. And we can actually bring all these guys to this planet. And then we have growth again here. So we can finish this little project of housing. While that new colony suddenly gets a huge amount of production. Because of the droids. How cool is that? 2 turns for the automated factory. Colony ship is almost done. Oops. Amoeba. The amoeba in the mod has regeneration that actually works, so be careful with that. It has a caustic slime, so don't come too close, because that will destroy your ships. I run away, I'm just a tiny scout, so retreat. Steinbock, it has gold deposits, small, barren, abundant. Otherwise it's not that interesting, although this one, huge, barren, rich. Imagine your droids at work there, that's going to be awesome, eh? Dagon system, large, barren, poor, and a small, radiated, meh. Now this guy has to retreat all the way, but there was nothing more to explore in this area, so that's alright. No worries there. We need to go to Reticuli with a colony ship. That also means I want to have some freighters. So let's do 2 here. And maybe 1 here. And 1 here as well. Yeah, I'm guessing if we're smart, we'll also build another scout on which we'll put our leader. So the colony ship goes to the Reticuli system faster. 89%, I'm sure we're gonna get it. No, we don't. Turn 100. You go there, that's 3 turns, or it was 5 turns without a leader, so that's worth it, I'd say. We're housing here. We're going for the robo-miner plant. Ion drive. Fusion beam. Upgrade our interceptors with fusion beam. I'm gonna buy this. Although I should be careful with my money. I have 15 freighters, so maybe a little bit too much, but whatever. Turn 101, we turn. Fusion beam projects a tetrium stream of charged particles, inflicting 2 to 6 points of damage. Modifications are heavy mount, point defense, continuous, and enveloping. We're not gonna play battle scanner here because I'm a missile based race. So I want to go for Tachyon Communications. Right, and we have finished our robo miners here. Look at this 85 production. That's quite impressive. Tachyon Communications, integrated into starbases, battle stations and star fortresses. Emits signals which penetrate hyperspace. Ships within 3 parsecs from a base can receive your orders. Increases the command points of these bases by +1. Now that's pretty cool. But Newton Scanner is even cooler. We arrive at Tier. Another disappointment. Small arid. Colony ship in Reticuli. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful animation. Zeta. Biospheres go first. Now, again, we have 20 freighters. This was the planet where we had a lot of growth left. So these 4 guys go to Zeta. And I actually want more freighters. Colony base. Look at that animation. Okay, let's think about this for a moment. I want this guy off this world. No. You go there. Now we have a droid only planet, ultra rich. Heavy G doesn't matter anymore. We can build 3 + 2 more droids. So biospheres, no point to do it first because there's no growth. So we do Android worker, Android worker, Android worker, then biospheres, and then 2 more Android workers, like so. How cool is that? This guy's housing, and he will now be fully grown, so we don't need to do housing anymore actually. I don't think we need all that stuff. What we do need here is to build droids, of course, and more droids. There's just 6, so we can do the other 2 as well. Yes. Yes. Voila. So this planet is also heavy G, and we have 4 droids incoming. I can move my population off planet right now, but it will be the end of the colony because I have no buildings there. Here on Bessos, actually I don't need to build these 2 droids because I'm gonna take them from here. How long is that? 4 turns. We are minus income. We're losing money. A space heater at Zach. Run away. Neutron scanner detects enemy ships. Base detection range is 5 parsecs. Ships in hyperspace can be detected 1 parsec further per size class of ship. Neutron scanners reduce enemy ships' missile evasion by -40. So the missile evasion of the enemy ship will be lowered by having scanners on board. Well, this is kind of tempting, but well, let's grab that Space Academy. And Zak is a huge Gaia ultra rich. Wow, that's pretty impressive. So since this was not a Guardian rush but a Droid rush, and since I really like this planet to be my colony, let's go for that Hydra first, or Hydra. And let's see, is this 6? That's only 4. And this is 5 and 5. I think this is the more interesting world. This is of course huge. So we can plant some droids there again. Yep. So let's go for, instead of this star base, let's go for a colony ship. Let's make that 5 turns. And make sure when that's finished, and it will be finished on Aap, that our ship with the navigator is there, and this guy as well, so they can fly as a fleet. This system with the toxic amoeba is not that interesting. Also, well, it's a huge planet again, so for droids it is actually interesting. What are we doing? We're fully grown here. I want this guy to leave. And he can go there. Or should he go here actually? This is the better place to go. 2 turns. So you want to switch to housing. Yep. Space Academy trains ship crews. The crew starting level of ships built by a colony with a Space Academy is increased by 1. Ships stationed in the system gain 1 additional experience point each turn for every Space Academy present in that system. So these Space Academies, they add up. If you have 5 planets in a system, you will gain 5 points of experience. That's quite awesome actually. On this large planet, many planets in a system type of place, you should build all Space Academies and then put your fleet there. Xenopsychology in the mod gives a little bit of spying as well, +5 to all spying rolls. Just a little bit of flavor. What are we going to do now? How long for the Cybernet? 13 turns? That's interesting. Actually, let's go Graviton Beam. For the point of getting the jump gate. And our strategy was to build little frigates with nukes. Nuclear missile, fast. Nuclear missile, fast. Nuclear missile, MIRV, fast. Nuclear missile, MIRV, fast. We have 13 points left. That's actually another MIRV fast. And then we need to reconfigure one to have not MIRV, and then it's nicely 1 space left with six missiles in there. Combat 1. What's our scout look like? So it's different. Okay. So we have a beautiful ship and we have this beast here, and we need 6. I'd say we have 4 turns for the colony ship and we need 6 of these guys. I'm gonna build 4 here. Perhaps we can, I'm not sure if 6 is enough actually. Perhaps build, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So let's wait a little bit. Two are en route. Let's be safe and do it like that. I forgot to count. It was 4 turns, but I don't remember. 1 settler arrived at Aap. Yeah, so we are almost fully grown. We just need a sliver so we can go off housing. Add one guy. Here you could say that we want to build a pollution processor. This is the first planet where we'll do this, because 23, that's a little bit too much. I want to buy this, but I need a planet on trade goods, and I want to delay that as much as possible. We have 2 scouts here. One has a leader, so let's make that explicit. Scout A. This is also a scout. It's an old school scout. You can go there, actually. So what are we doing? We are doing graviton beam. We are doing a colony ship, and that will give us what will it give us? Next is Starbase. Galactic News Network, the galaxy's most watched information source. Farmers in the Cylon Empire rejoiced when a sudden shift of the Stelio Prime colony's planetary axis resulted in an improvement of its environment to Terran norms. Beautiful graphics here on the top. So thanks for letting us know the Cylon are our opponent. 2 settlers arrived at Bezos 4. So on Droid planets, it's pointless to build spaceports because they don't generate money, so you won't get a bonus either. So in that sense, it saves you 1 BC per turn as well, because you don't need to build the building. Maintenance cost is 1. Here I want to build my, rebuild my droids, so to say. Colony ship 2 turns. Can't we speed it up? Whew. It's gonna cost us a lot of population. Well, there it is. The colony ship has arrived. So let's go to Loner, as we said, the huge radiated one. You guys go back to research. I'm not cutting the episode. I wanted to cut the episode, but I don't want to stop playing, and I don't want to stop recording as well. So we just continue. It's weekend. Graviton beam. Graviton beam. What a weird text, actually. I've never really read it. Graviton beam. Gravitic waves. Should be like emits gravitic waves that tear a target apart. Inflicts 3 to 15 points of damage. Any damage penetrating the ship's shields inflicts extra structural damage. It's a kind of... I've overlooked this text, I would say. Anyway, modifications. Heavy mount and continuous. Here we go. Jump gate. We arrive at Qatar, so there should be oil here somewhere, I say. Medium barren abundant, perhaps. Can we go there? No. That's starbase. How are we doing in command, actually? We have no starbases, so we have very little command. Colony ship in loan. Beautiful. Let's call this done. Now we need those special ships. And we need a colony ship, so we need a lot of things. Gem deposits. This is an amazing system, actually. How much do these ships cost? 68? Let's actually do that here. Make this our... These two... The vessels will be our place where we build ships. So... what is this guy? Needs autolab still and trade routes. That sounds... It feels like it's very far off. I want to go quicker. I want to move more quickly. But I also want to have these research things, so I feel like I'm stalling now. So I'm a little bit indecisive now what to do. Let's just continue like what we are doing now. We're going for that jump gate. Here's our first commit. if you fly there, it's 4 turns. Let's see, yeah. What if we send those guys? How are we going to approach this? One guy, 3 turns. Build a new one. One guy, 3 turns again. Build a new one. And one guy as well. Here it will take 2 turns to rebuild. We're now -6 on income again. Finish an auto lap. Jump gate forms a controlled wormhole between 2 points, increasing the speed of ships moving through it by 3 parsecs a turn, while ignoring black holes and nebula. Once discovered, all colonies will be automatically equipped with 1. Right. I'm reading a little bit slower and I feel I'm getting a bit indecisive. So I'm going to cut the episode. Take a little break. And then continue playing this stuff. I'm gonna check for a cloning center now. And then save this game. And then I'd say, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching, dudes. And see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.